For our final segment of the morning, and that's Lock, Stock and Barrel, where for years we've been bringing celebrities to you. Interesting now, we're in our makeshift studio, and as I've said a while now, Diamond Creek, I'm making a makeshift one here. Got a gentleman who's come in, he's in the isolation box, and that's Zed Narsheet. Good morning, Zed.
Good morning, Rich. How you doing?
I've been watching you on social media and through the news and through. Actually, just before we start the interview, just name a few media places where you've been.
I've had the pleasure of being on all TV channels and the radio stations, and I've had a lot of support.
Last week we went into Mr. Barry Plant's home. He lives in Queensland now, 50 years in the business last year. Now, that's one thing you haven't done is 50 years in the industry. You're a young, well, tell us your age.
I just turned 30.
Wow.
I've been doing real estate for the last 9.5 years now, and Zed Real Estate's been operating for the last 2 years now.
Do you have to pinch yourself, Zed? I mean, the success that you've achieved is amazing. I know you won't beat your own chest, but what you will do is use what you've been through and helped you get there to help others. So do you have to pinch yourself on how you've achieved that success so quickly?
Hard work, day and night, persistence, consistency. You know your worth, and you know got a goal. You got to chase it. You got to work for it. You got to plan it. Plan your year in advance. Plan your 5 years in advance. I was so focused on my career that nothing else in the world mattered. I think if you have a goal and you write it down, you have a plan for it, you'll achieve anything you want out there. And I've always got a saying: sky is not the limit.
Fantastic. We're talking to Zed Narsheet from Zed Real Estate. One thing that I've really enjoyed listening to you, and I've listened to a lot of things you've done and a lot of the talks you've given. There's some amazing videos out there.
You sound like a stalker.
Yes, I am a stalker. you can't get out of that box.
Love you,
you're
Rich.
in there. So, But one thing I have loved in the message that you've delivered is you mentioned that you want to push for happiness, and that's an important thing to you, that whatever you're doing, you want to be happy in doing it.
Life is so short, Rich. I mean, there's only 86,400 seconds in a day, and we only got so much time. You have to be really happy with you first, and you have to love what you do. And that's why they say you got to make your passion your paycheck. So you really have to grind and hustle on the basis of what you love, not what people love. So money doesn't bring you happiness. Money only buys you experiences on materialistic things that can bring a joy to your life. So I always tell this to people. Life should be like a jet ski. Have you ever met a depressed person on a jet ski before? I haven't. So that's what life should be like, doing what you love and accepting you for who you really are.
Fantastic. Zed Narsheet, absolutely beautiful to speak to you. I wanted to talk about relationships as well, which is very important. Strong relationships and the relationship you've built now. You've got a good family behind you as well, which is very important. Just tell us the importance of them and then the other relationships and how you're keeping those relationships very strong.
Relationships are very important. That's why they say real estate's not about properties, it's about people. People buy off people they like, people sell with people they like. It's all about building rapport, anything you do in life. I love creating wealth for people. And that's why they say relationships, and if you can build a good rapport with anybody out there, you will be unstoppable. Zed Real Estate would not have been where it is right now without the support of my three brothers. It's run by three brothers, and who else can you trust in business besides your own family? They're the ones that's going to put their heart and soul into the business. I'm so fortunate that I come from a good family, that not everybody's money driven. They just want to leave a legacy behind.
If you don't want to go down this path, please let me know. But your background is Afghanistan. You're very proud from there. You're obviously an Aussie like all of us here. Tell us a little bit about your upbringing and those challenges. You've never forgotten that, have you? Appreciate where you are today.
I don't think anyone should ever forget where they've come from. And that's why they say every expert was once a beginner. We used to live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and there were 16 of us, and we had to share one bathroom between 16 people. My childhood, I didn't even know what fruit was till like the age of 8, 9. We had it very rough. Dad had everything back overseas, and then from what we had to when we migrated because of the war zone, we had nothing. I think the desire comes from the fact that I was brought up in the streets, the desire, the hunger that comes from the poverty that I have been through. And, if you've got food and shelter in front of you, the rest is all just a bonus. Taking risks and having so much fear in your mind, just do you and just achieve it, and always do the right thing. Follow your heart. And if you do want to give in life, don't expect anything back. The universe will give you more without the intention of receiving anything back. Just do you, just be happy, never ever harm anybody else, and just live life for you.
Pleasure for me, and I'm sure for our listening audience. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much, Rich. Appreciate it.
Zed Narsheet from Zed Real Estate. Look him up on the social medias. You don't have to go too far. I mean, I've found him. And look, I'm interested in real estate, and this gentleman is just amazing, but also an amazing man in life. Just turned 30.